South America, the land of towering jungles, ancient civilizations, and enough breathtaking sights to make your travel bucket list implode. But beyond the famous landmarks and well-trodden tourist paths lies a world of astonishing hidden wonders, waiting for the bold and the curious. Pack your things, and let's explore this together. South America is a continent bursting with adventure, history, and culture. Yet most travelers only scratch the surface, flocking to the same well-worn trails, while missing out on places that remain hidden, known only to the locals. From forgotten ruins, older than the Inca Empire, to entire waterfalls, taller than skyscrapers, there's an entire world beyond the popular attractions. And today, we're pulling back the curtain on South America's best-kept secrets. Despite its size and diversity, South America's lesser-known destinations often get overshadowed by the big names. While Rio, Buenos Aires, and Cusco steal the spotlight, entire countries like Suriname and Paraguay remain under the radar. The challenge? Breaking free from the mainstream and diving into the truly undiscovered. But don't worry, we've got your travel bucket list covered. Let's start with nature. Towering above the dense rainforests of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, Mount Roraima is not just a mountain. It's a world lost in time. Rising over 9,000 feet, its sheer cliffs form an impenetrable fortress, shrouded in mist and mystery. The indigenous Pemon people have long considered it sacred, calling it the navel of the earth, and believing it to be the stump of a mighty cosmic tree that once bore all the world's fruits. Scientists and explorers who have braved its ascent describe an otherworldly landscape. Jagged rock formations sculpted over 2 billion years, quartz fields that glow under the sun, and endemic creatures found nowhere else on the planet, including the black frog that refuses to hop. Waterfalls spill from its edges, disappearing into the clouds below, creating an eerie illusion of floating in the sky. It's no wonder this prehistoric mesa inspired the Lost World, because, in many ways, it still is. And speaking of waterfalls, hidden deep within Venezuela's Canaima National Park, Angel Falls isn't just a waterfall. It's a force of nature so powerful it almost seems unreal. At an astonishing 3,200 feet, it cascades from the edge of Ollantaytambo, a massive tabletop mountain shrouded in legend. This isn't just a scenic stop. It's a place where reality bends. The water plunges so far that most of it turns into mist before it even reaches the jungle below. Locals call it Karapakupai Meru, meaning waterfall of the deepest place. And for centuries, it remained a whispered secret among the indigenous Pemon people. It wasn't until 1933 that American aviator Jimmy Angel discovered it while searching for gold, only to have his plane crash atop the very mountain. To this day, reaching Angel Falls isn't easy. Travelers must endure river journeys, jungle treks, and unpredictable weather. But those who make it say the sight is nothing short of otherworldly. Now, let's talk culture. Ever heard of Cuenca, Ecuador? Cuenca isn't just another picturesque colonial town. It's a living museum where history whispers from every cobblestone street. Founded in 1557, its pastel-colored buildings, grand cathedrals, and wrought iron balconies transport you to a bygone era. But beneath its old-world charm lies a city pulsing with creativity. Artists carve intricate woodwork. Weavers craft Panama hats, which in fact actually originate from Ecuador. And street musicians fill the air with Andean melodies. The aroma of freshly baked humitas and mote pillow drifts from bustling markets, while hidden courtyards reveal secret cafes where time seems to stand still. And then there's Uruguay's Carnival, less commercial than Brazil's, but just as electrifying. The hypnotic beats of candombe drum through Montevideo's streets, a tradition passed down from African slaves that now fuels the longest running carnival in the world. It's raw, soulful, and intimate, where the line between performer and spectator blurs into one euphoric celebration. And then there's history. Long before the Inca Empire rose to power, an ancient civilization thrived on the northern coast of Peru, leaving behind a city so vast, so complex, that even today, archaeologists are still uncovering its secrets. This is Chan Chan, the largest adobe city ever built, once the capital of the Chimu Empire. Spanning over 20 square kilometers, its intricate maze of palaces, plazas, and ceremonial sites tell the story of a society that mastered the art of irrigation and metallurgy long before the Spanish arrived. Unlike the stone-built cities of the Inca, Chan Chan's sun-dried mud walls were adorned with intricate carvings of fish, waves, and geometric patterns, symbols of a civilization deeply connected to the sea. At its peak, in the 15th century, an estimated 60,000 people called this city home. But when the Incas conquered the Chimu, they stripped Chan Chan of its riches, leaving behind an abandoned ghost city swallowed by time and sand. Then there's Ciudad Perdida in Colombia, an ancient city deep in the jungle, only accessible through a multi-day trek. An experience that will make you feel like a true explorer. Built around 800 AD by the Tairona civilization, this ancient metropolis predates Machu Picchu by over 600 years. Yet few outside of intrepid adventurers have ever set foot there. Why? Because reaching it requires a grueling 4-day trek through thick rainforest, crossing raging rivers, steep ascents, and humidity so intense it feels like the jungle itself is trying to pull you back. But for those who endure the journey, the reward is unlike anything else. Stone terraces covered in moss, hidden stairways leading to forgotten plazas, and the eerie sense that you're walking in the footsteps of a vanished civilization. The indigenous Kogi people, direct descendants of the Tairona, still guard this sacred site, believing it to be the heart of the world. And standing there, surrounded by ancient ruins and unbroken jungle, it's hard to disagree. But that's not all. Hidden deep in the cloud forests of northern Peru, the Cuelap fortress stands as a colossal testament to the lost Chachapoya civilization. Warriors, known as the Cloud People. Built nearly 600 years before the Inca Empire, this mountaintop stronghold remains shrouded in mystery. The towering limestone walls, some reaching 60 feet high, encircle more than 400 circular structures, their intricate stone carvings whispering secrets of a forgotten past. Unlike Machu Picchu, Cuelap remains relatively untouched by mass tourism, offering an eerily quiet yet breathtaking experience. But if you think that's mind-blowing, Bolivia's Sajama lines might just rewrite what we know about ancient civilizations. Stretching across 8,700 square miles of the Andean plateau, these perfectly straight geoglyphs, some over 12 miles long, predate the famous Nazca lines. Who created them and why? Were they pathways, sacred markers, or messages to the gods? To this day, their true purpose remains unsolved. And let's not forget Brazil's Vale do Amanhecer, or Valley of the Dawn, a place that feels like it was plucked straight from a surrealist dream. But this isn't some random New Age commune. It's a full-fledged spiritual settlement with a history as mysterious as its rituals. Founded in the 1960s by a clairvoyant woman known as Tia Neva, this mystical village fuses indigenous beliefs, Christianity, Spiritism, and even extraterrestrial philosophies into one of the most bizarre yet captivating spiritual movements in the world. The people here, dressed in elaborate robes, resembling something out of a sci-fi prophecy, perform intricate ceremonies to heal souls, cleanse energies, and even claim to communicate with interdimensional beings. Thousands of pilgrims flock here every year, seeking enlightenment in its mesmerizing temples, pyramid structures, and sacred waters. Whether you're a believer or just a curious traveler, one thing's for sure: Vale to Amanhecer will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Here's the kicker. When you choose these hidden gems over mainstream spots, you're not just avoiding crowds, you're experiencing the true soul of South America. You're meeting locals eager to share their culture, tasting food that hasn't been touristified, and uncovering stories that don't appear in guidebooks. It's the difference between watching a highlight reel and living the full adventure. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Have you ever stumbled upon a place that took your breath away? A spot that felt like a secret waiting to be discovered? South America is full of them, and chances are we've only just scratched the surface. If you've got a favorite hidden gem in South America, drop it in the comments. And if you're itching to explore beyond the beaten path, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world's best kept secrets. Until next time, happy exploring.